From the roads and bridges you drive on every day to schools, hospitals, and condominiums, all of them are made from some form of this. Rocks, ground up in the form of sand and gravel. The crushed rock used to construct such vital infrastructure comes from gravel quarries like this one. Mainland Sand and Gravel supplies as much as 25% of the aggregate used in the lower mainland area of British Columbia.
The company started in 1970 with one man, one loader, and we were doing river sand down in the Fraser Surrey docks. As we started to progress through ownership and development, we've now got 3 plants, 5 depots on the water, and we have approximately 85 people in the company, 40 pieces of major equipment.
The company was started in the early 1980s by chartered accountant turned entrepreneur Laurie Carlson. At the primary quarry on Sumas Mountain outside of Abbotsford, BC, Mainland has grown into a large-scale operation.
When we started here, this land was very virgin land. It was heavily wooded. We had no access to the water. We had no roads. We pioneered it from virgin land to what it is today, and started off with very small equipment, producing anywhere from 200, 300 ton an hour to today's plant running virtually 1,000 tons an hour goes through this plant.
In 2007, this site shipped 2.5 million metric tons from it, and 2008 we believe we'll be on track for about 3 million metric tons for the calendar year 2008.
Ted Carlson, Laurie's son, is president of Mainland Sand and Gravel. He says in total they've shipped more than 30 million metric tons since 1986. So how did they get all that sand and gravel from a solid mountain?
The deposit is a granite deposit, and there's lots of different types of granites in Canada. This part of British Columbia is mostly granitic material.
The process begins by drilling blasting holes approximately 6 inches in diameter and 52 feet deep. Depending on the size of the blast, they drill as many as 60 holes. Each hole is then loaded with about 240 pounds of ammonium nitrate fuel oil, or ANFO for short. Then they blast the rock, breaking it up, making it transportable for crushing.
There'll be either a big track-mounted excavator or a large rubber-tired front-end loader will load large off-highway rock trucks, which will haul the blasted material down our hill, down onto the flat area where our crushing plants are located. It'll then be introduced into one of 3 crushing plants that are working down there and reduced in size into different grades according to the demand for our customers' projects. When the raw material is fed into the crushing plant, it goes through 2 to 3 crushing cycles and screening cycles, and will simultaneously make anywhere from 4 to 7 products at one time. That'll go into stockpiles, and then from the stockpiles, they'll take the finished product, load it into hoppers or trucks, and dump it into hoppers, go into a 3,300-foot long conveyor system that'll load it onto the barges of the tonnage of each product, and then the shipping down the river throughout the day.
The crushed material is shipped to one of 5 depots in the Lower Mainland. At this site, 95% of the material is shipped along the Fraser River by barge.
Barge benefits are great in that they are very relatively low cost compared to other shipping methods. Also, because of that, partly because of low cost, it's also very low impact. The tugboat that pulls those barges will be hauling anywhere from 200 to 300 gravel truckloads at a time, but only using the same amount of horsepower and fuel that would be the equivalent of 2 gravel trucks. So the cost of low fuel consumption per ton moved, as well as low greenhouse gases produced per ton moved, are greatly in favor of marine transportation over conventional truck travel.
As one of the most versatile local aggregate suppliers, Mainland holds contracts with the City of Vancouver, the Vancouver International Airport, as well as the surrounding municipalities.
We chose 20-some years ago to embark on a program, if I can use the vernacular, making little rocks out of big rocks and out of solid mountain. We drill and blast a solid granite mountain